Stay tuned for the latest message excerpt from One Community Church.
I don't know about you, but you need to check every once in a while who defines your identity. How do you define who you are? You know, one of the times, sometimes when people ask you, what do you do? You know, oftentimes we talk about, when people say, man, what do you do for a living? We talk about our jobs, you know. We say, you know, I work for General Motors, or I work for Ford Motor Company, or I'm a musician. See, we always are talking about what we do. It's amazing. Oftentimes our identity is connected to what we do. Our identity is so intertwined to what we do. I want to challenge that perspective. I want to challenge that idea, because if it's so connected to what I do, what happens when I can't do what I used to do anymore? What happens when the job goes? What happens when the relationship ends? What happens when the money's not there? What happens when you lose the house, lose the car, lose the watch, lose the ring, lose the hair? What happens when you lose the stuff that you used to use to define your identity? But I want you to know there's good news in what I'm saying right now. When you find your identity formed and framed, nothing less than Jesus Christ and his righteousness, what God did for you and not what you do for others and God, when you find who you are in the identity of God, you cannot lose, as the songwriter said. You cannot lose. It's an amazing thing, Kenya. It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing when we look at our relationships. We don't define who I am, but I'm Camille's husband. I can't define myself based upon a marriage. I can't define myself as a father. I have to define myself the way God has created me, as a human being created in the image of God, to bear God's image and to give God glory by bearing his image. In other words, I have been created to bear the glory of God, to reflect the image of God. And what is the image of God? I have been created to reflect love, to reflect generosity, to reflect peace, to reflect patience, to reflect forgiveness, to reflect sacrifice. I have been created to bear the beautiful image of God. Is there anybody else in this place that have been created to bear the image of God? It is nothing like reflecting. Let me tell you, this is a life changer for me. This is a life changer. When I think about why I am here, to bear the image of the divine, to bear the image of the creator, to bear the image of, some people, I was talking to a lady, I said, whatever you want to call him, it's cool with me. She said, the universe. I said, whatever you want, whatever name you want to give him, if you want to bear that, he is sovereign. As long as we can agree that he's sovereign, whatever you want to call him, Ursula, you can call him, goddess. You can call him Yahweh. You know, in the Hebrew tradition, they called him Yad-He, Vad-He. There was 4 characters in the Hebrew language. The YWHW, Yad-He, YW, Yad-He, H. W. It is the Yahweh. We have it. We put the A and the E, the syllables, but there were no syllables. So it was the 4 letters of the Hebrew language. Yad, He, Vav, He. And that's how they pronounced the unspeakable name of God. They just gave him syllables. And so in our translations, we call him Yahweh. And we started calling him however we experience him. We began to give him a name. We called him Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Nisi. So I don't care what you call him, but he is God. He is sovereign. There is nothing like him. There's none before him. There is none after him. He is God. And the amazing thing, when you come to the place that you have been designed, created, unique in your own way to bear the beautiful image of God. God uses every aspect of your life. He uses your crooked toes. He uses your crooked fingers. God uses your bad knees. God uses your bad eyes. God uses your broken relationships. Why? He uses it for his glory. Can I get a shout for that? Because some of y'all trying to be perfect, but God says, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for you to reflect my perfection. And that is good news to me, to reflect the perfect, beautiful image of God.
This excerpt was brought to you by One Community Church. To hear the full message, please visit myonechurch.com.